Hello, this is Margit from criminologyweb.com, and in this video I'll talk about moral development and more specifically about moral emotions and what they are. Let's start off with the question of what is moral development. Moral development is essentially about right and wrong and about what people consider to be right and wrong. And that's of course very relevant when talking about violence and about crime, because those are also closely related to the difference between right and wrong. And so how people think and feel about morality and about breaking moral rules matters for whether or not they will commit crime later on. In terms of moral development, the question that is often asked is how children's thoughts and feelings about morality develop as they get older. And I'll focus on the part about feelings here. Feelings about morality are also called moral emotions, and examples of moral emotions are feelings of guilt and empathy. Empathy means taking somebody else's perspective, caring for them, understanding and feeling what they feel. And we've already seen in the lecture about psychopathy that a lack of empathy is related to crime. People who have difficulty imagining themselves in someone else's shoes and who can't imagine what somebody else must be feeling are more likely to show aggression towards other people. But guilt also plays an important role in aggression and violence. When people feel guilty about something, it means that they accept that they are responsible for something that caused harm. Note that this is very different from feelings of shame. Very simply said, shame is feeling bad about who you are, and guilt is feeling bad about something that you did. Now, guilt is an interesting emotion because it develops relatively late in life, around age 6. Other emotions develop much earlier, but not guilt. And interestingly, children who feel guilty about any harm that they've done behave less aggressively than children who do not have these feelings of guilt. So it looks like having feelings of guilt means that people show less aggression. But feelings of guilt are not always positive, of course. If a child has feelings of guilt about things that he or she can't do anything about, that's an entirely different thing. For example, if a child feels guilty about his or her parents separating, they are feeling guilty about something they can't do much about, and so that can hardly be seen as a positive thing. And feeling excessively guilty in general isn't positive either. So we're talking about a fine line here. But overall, it looks like children who have a certain dose of feelings of guilt and empathy behave less aggressively than children who feel fewer of these moral emotions. For more fascinating criminology and criminal justice stuff, subscribe to this channel and turn on the alarm bell, or go to criminologyweb.com and find new posts there every week.